if you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking, but this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen us.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doug South.
You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
Quick, aren't you?
Not nearly as much as you.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you.
Where to then, Torgal? All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Harpocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much.
And yet I gather it did naught. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible.
The executors.
Covetors of a clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden text, one such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to be, or so rumor has it. I've never
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the Executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, invention.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she...
By the hand of the Executor.
But what drives them?
A fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the Executors, you may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the Executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit. It's still here. After all these years. Lots more than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough. Nazir might at least mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
At your service.
Please, just Sid. There are...
Oh, of course. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me. It taught me what one man can do. And I've been training ever since. So that one day...
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions.
So...
You haven't even... Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, all without being discovered, and...
Ember. Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control. The town was left all but unguarded. So Philippe was compelled to form a citizen's watch, and though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, so I was wondering if you would lend them your strength. That the people of North...
Of course.
Thank you, Clive. Philippe told me he had...
Where can I find the mistress?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the...
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you, and I wish to speak to you about...
Very well. I trust you'll...
Absolutely.
Please.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious. Indeed, for continuing to argue it, yet I fear he must be made to face the...
And who would make...
I would. Myself, were you to join us, we would surely have this...
Does that not seem a trifle...
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire. He's always been scornful of the opinions of anyone but he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod. We must fight him.
Fight him? No. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations,
False hope. But I see that your mind is made up. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. Which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. This is all about her and...
Families.
I'm sorry. Yes. But perhaps it's better that you heard them from him.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
He'd have our coin, our stock and our...
So you are content to abandon the... Please! If you were a true son of North...
That's exactly what... Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in North... Thank you so much...
She cornered you.
Could hardly get a word in like father like.
She made an uninvited appeal, hoping to convince the Dane to join her in ferment.
I bet that. Anyway. What?
Our mutual friend thought you might well...
Oh, she's right as always. We've had some reports, you see.
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're...
Right.
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them...
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings.
reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Call that a
Clive! Are you all right?
I am. I dispatched the few that I...
Well, there's something. But what were they doing south of... We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other.
Do you have eyes in the...
Some. I should probably go and have a... You head back to north. Feeling towards her father.
What? I'll do what I can to... Be careful out there.
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One...
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
Oh, fuck. No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But She is but a common...
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured, the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt...
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way, so what about you?
I'll make my way up the... I fought a few of these things. And well, I can't promise to hold them all back.
All right. But...
Thank you.
You can thank us when it's...
Till then,
Captain said to bring up...
Merciful Krieg.
faster!
There are so many of them.
Not for long.
Is it over?
No. It's only just begun. That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls at the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not...
You're right. If only I'd...
Forgive me for saying so. The dame said it herself. We can turn, and that goes for you. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Cap.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs any...
Can we get you anything?
There's no need to worry anymore. We did it!
This the last one?
How goes the treatment? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, but I sense you would rather... For you, madame, I have all that...
I I was Carla then. Courted so sought after was I that it was only they. Alas, those halcyon days when, for naive as I fell in love with her there, he was my master's guard. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Veil that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through though I was still a stranger to them. And so I swore that I would return the kind that I would repay.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this.
Perhaps that is why I have such... Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. The people, the soldiers, all united in defense of this town. And what of you? Can we count on your support?
Always. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Ember, are you... gone? Of course.
I didn't... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak.
The right man for the... I believe this is the logbook you take.
Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving...
What? To bring the thing back without getting...
He has you then, his heir.
But Sid, he...
He did what he thought was best.
Of course. We'll await... Don't you leave my...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go...
If it's within my power to help you...
It's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship was... I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned.
Bandits are one thing. But Akashic bandits, we need to evacuate. Ferda, gather them. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the towns well.
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of the children, stay with me for now.
What's an Akashic?
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor?
Give people one less thing to throw.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss out of it?
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, But for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Furder.
You're lying now.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Furder.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Run!
Just go!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Go. Stop! You're hurting him!
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough. We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina. The place had been abandoned until the League of Outlaws decided to... Now they're all turned, and if the scout...
They are mindless monsters. With the bandits, we at least knew how and when these creatures come. Dalamil will have...
The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and as soon as it has been, we will converge on its... Conrad, can I count on the support?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messenger and the command of our men in yours, Ferda.
Consider it
as you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the towns... And tell the merchants not to waste time securing... As long as we survive, our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands...
Very well.
Where do I fit into...
Where else but the... I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of... Main host is most likely still there. And Dalamil...
A little guard?
I doubt it.
Luckily.
So he... All right then, we all... Now it's...
Looks like everyone's ready. I better not keep them waiting.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside? Leave a single one alive. The League is dead. I should get back to Dalimil and see how...
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are.
As we failed...
We agree to your conditions. And...
Condition? Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? Not so long ago I had resigned, and now... Here.
Lubo.
Fear not, you are of... I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see... I'll make sure that...
I don't doubt that you... And not just the children.
Can't have all your...
Ready, girl?
Here we are. Again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide? Looks like we found him. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
I have some things for sale. Thank you. Here you are. Go safely now.
Your Grace, my lord.
Cyril,
You found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my did them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
My lord, Your Grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, He did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else? Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Lord Marquis?
What is it?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across. He sent an owl some while.
Was he surveying?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult, an ancient religion that worshipped Alt. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the circle.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? I can't...
Fully cognizant of the risk, I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order. Though he has been silent for some days now, yet it seemed only right to inform you of the situation. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate.
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last owl I read, Mickleburg was its... It lies in the... If aught ill befell him...
Right.
You are my... Go then, with my hopes.
Ready, go?
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rosfield. this one! It's over.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Thank the Griffin is slain.
And the Heartstone?
Yes. This radiant luster light throat. Thank you, your father would...
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armband. Pray. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. And the graven vines encircling the stone.
It's a message. Father knew enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together. As Phoenix and Shield. As brothers in...
Indeed. But this was more. It was a promise.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian.
Forgive me, my lady. There is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasure, even if the armbands were incomplete. She would surely... So, how were you able...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant of the deep love he had for... In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewel. I tried to warn your father. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Founder you...
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha, on behalf...
As do I.
Thank you for coming.
The banns. It must be gratifying to finally receive.
It is.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, let him see that you have received.
I suppose it would be... What do you say, Clive?
I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. Since the day we I prithee claim it. For it too is a part, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it.
Thank you. Come on, Clive.
Do you see that too?
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please. Please stop. I'm scared.
Ready, girl? Yeah!
Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Blizzard!
It's over.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps?
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
My lord, Mark, your lord uncle bade me
And I will see that my associate...
Very good.
I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive, the people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. And perhaps these bands were... Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
He never lost heart. Never looked back. Never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward.
And to a new beginning.
Good girl.
Faster!
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance.
Subtle. I know who...
Then we need not waste. Hand me the... Leave it in our care.
Your care?
That is but by one means or another.
Then I'll have to polite. I won't let you
Then we find ourselves... Very well.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive, but we have other means.
Why do you want it so badly?
It lays out in no uncertain term. It tells the shameful history of the persecution. Would you say that this interpret...
I don't know.
You don't? Your sword may be sharp, so let me up. There is no correct. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond. It is a question of if enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a...
So you're trying to control...
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring... That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small until...
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Back to the stables, Carl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a... This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman. Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry. Time to fight. I can walk from here. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life. Locked up tight. So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Have care. Have care.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Caution, brother. Caution, brother.
Stay down!
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take better care. They were feeding bearers to it. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place...
I know. I've been reading some of the bearers die every day in service of their masters, pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their... And not just those who could fight, but and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right.
find down here? A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them.
Thank the
It was worth our coming.
Ready when you are. You poor thing. What?
He fought the monster. He must have sent you. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be...
Chadwick.
Was that?
We have to get out.
Doris.
All right. You put that berry...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. Finished. Finally.
Sid,
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on. We have to get her back to the...
No. I'll see that she's looked after.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days.
She is. I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry we weren't.
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bitter end, that's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course, you already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. So we escaped. After so many years of training, the pull to serve.
But even in captivity, and he died, not as someone's to...
Hyde Marie is proof of that. And the curse breakers will... I'll fight until my dying.
Thank you, Doris.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. Come again. I may have... for ya.
Vivian, I found it.
You... Even though I asked this of you, I fear the executors...
I met with one of the... and I convinced him to... He told me something, that the truth is just a... and that if enough people believe a lie...
It does, but it also means that the truth is provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough. As the sad history...
You said that the book...
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A gallows stood ready for her in every... And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled up. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart. She taught me that my solitude, and that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than what...
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly? I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps the result of studying mankind. But the more I study, the more I find value in... So if you'll permit me, remember, Clive, give the men and women of this benighted...
I'll try, Vivian.
You should have seen...
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes. Truth be told, it was me, but from what I hear...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face of it. He didn't lose heart.
Indeed it is. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back...
Wait, Sergeant. And this time he was found wanting. After all.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. But a scout's nose is different. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he wouldn't do to waste.
Fine.
I'll do. I'll spend my days and nights. I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. Just like some... And if you ask me, we'd be about time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, or
it couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? Next thing...
Forgive me, Sid.
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will...
Uncle, the Field Marshal has agreed to...
Ha! Of course!
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor. They will await your return there.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree, he asked if I might have a solution.
One of...
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his.
Another out. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in there. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad.
The more than...
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve it, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage...
Oh, don't you? The 7 high houses will be seen. They have all agreed to make the most... Oh, of course it did. But luckily I had some...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumour has it that you rescued the lady...
It was more of a...
Well... The old battle axe, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private dock, and when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves. Now, join us there at your earliest...
Of course.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still...
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them. That is, unless you'd have them...
Well, I'd certainly eat...
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. They'll be dead even before...
Perhaps I might suggest, though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. But I'm sure that you, two such firm friends as yourself, Rutherford spoke fondly of the great...
Us?
I can't stand...
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to...
Criminal? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this... Fine.
Upstanding.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we be... What we seek here is not to create a new nation. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm, and to do that we must convince those in... There will be disagreements, yes. And if we show them the path, the fate of the world lies in... But the well-being of her people lies...
Uncle Byron.
Now, with that settled, for what great moment in history hasn't... Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Tri-Unity. Well, this is the role you were born for. We shall play our parts to the best of our ability. The realm needs its Sacrandal. I want you to keep this signed a court.
I will.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is
You alright?
Something troubling.
It's just... Edda's baby will be coming.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always let the little tykes...
So?
Well, the problem is that Edda's due any day now.
Is there anything I can do to help? All right, then.
A good luck charm.
Not just a...
No. There's no lucky in all the realm. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Car...
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye.
Well, there's no shortage of those I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend.
Say what you will. Lady Karen Seamus.
Mid.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the...
Tell me.
It's most of what I need. After you left and a cogwheel. Just to gauge that smaller a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spec.
Wait, the children. Well, now that I think about it, They...
The young'uns? But why would... I'll keep working on the model.
Sid!
She wasn't hyped. She's just busy working.
A new invention? Is it an egg?
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. A brass gear. A tiny one.
Oh!
We saved it. Just...
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling all the pieces that are left over. We keep on...
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just a...
That's all for now.
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
I hear that. Did you by any chance?
I did.
If the director was a brutal.
The registry was all like there was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened.
I pray that at least all their names my friends, I can still remember. Children who were taken from their no explanation.
They'd be happy to know that you...
But why did I make it out alive?
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. An account all of Valisthea. Well, and in the name of those I lost.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all that...
Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly are you going...
Only the most. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the... well... That should do it. Here goes nothing.
Wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, but it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left.
I'm sure you